Welcome. Today we are looking at 16 things that happen to your health when you don't sleep enough. You know the body is wired to sleep at least between 7 to 9 hours every night. This helps the body system to relax. This helps you to refocus. Because when you are sleeping, your brain, your heart, every part of your body goes down, and there is more like a restoration, a rejuvenating effect. So when you don't get up to the 7 or 9 hours of sleep on a regular basis, it leads to a lot of health issues. Lack of sleep on a consistent basis is not good for your health. Not sleeping enough makes you feeling cranky, tired, and out of sorts. Missing out on the recommended 7 to 9 hours of sleep makes you feel grudgy and grumpy. You even discover that when you want to process information, you are struggling. It takes time for you to be able to process information that ordinarily should take you fewer times to do so. You see, like it's a struggle. What are the effects of long-time sleep deprivation, of chronic lack of sleep to your health? It drains your mental abilities. It puts your physical health at risk. Scientists have linked the lack of sleep to a number of health problems. You have issues of memory. During sleep, your brain forms connections that help you remember new information. So when you don't sleep enough, it can negatively impact both short and long-term memory. Lack of sleep can make you moody, emotional, and quick-tempered. Chronic sleep deprivation can affect your mind and lead to issues of anxiety and depression. Lack of sleep leads to weakened immunity, because when you are sleeping, your body system restores itself. So too little sleep weakens your immunity, your ability to fight infections. It also predisposes you to a high risk of diabetes. Lack of sleep affects your body, because when you sleep, it affects the release of insulin, a sugar-regulating hormone in your body. When you are not able to sleep well, this affects this production of this insulin, predisposing you to a risk of diabetes. People who don't get enough sleep tend to have higher blood sugar levels and are at an increased risk for type 2 diabetes. Another point is that it lowers your sex drive. Lack of sleep can affect your libido because of a drop in your testosterone levels. Chronic lack of sleep has effects on blood pressure. Sleeping less than the recommended number of hours or sleeping less than 5 hours per night increases your high blood pressure. An increase in high blood pressure leads to other health complications. Lack of sleep can cause weight gain. Lack of sleep can lead to an overindulgence in food, as the hormones responsible for satiety might not be produced at the optimal level to help you know that no, you don't need enough food, you just need rest. Lack of sleep predisposes you to higher risk of heart diseases. It exposes you to increased high blood pressure, which invariably leads to higher risk of heart diseases. Lack of sleep equally has an effect on your balancing, because it affects your balance and coordination. You discover that your ability to coordinate things is low. Your movement is low. You can't assimilate things quickly. You are more like thinking like a very old man when you are not really that old. Not sleeping enough can cause accidents. It is a public health safety hazard on the road. It has been reported that some drivers sleep off while driving on the highway, thereby causing accidents. Lack of sleep slows down your reaction time because it takes time for your brain to assimilate the information that is being given to it. It is like in a kind of a drowsy situation. So before it can read it and send the signal back to you to react, things would have gone wrong. Maybe you would have skidded off the road. Maybe accident would have occurred. It's been noted that fatigue causes lots of accidents. When you are fatigued and you sleep off on the steering wheel, it is a disaster. A lot of lives have been lost in the process. Lack of sleep impairs attention, your alertness, mental alertness, concentration, reasoning, and problem solving. This one, you are not able to assimilate the information. You are just drowsy. You are struggling to be able to make meaning out of the information, but your brain cells are not working at their optimal level to be able to analyze the information and send it back to you in due time to react to a situation. It has happened to me. There was a time in my work that I worked for 2 solid years without going for leave. I discovered I got to a time when you are talking to me, I could no longer relate. I'm trying to make sense of what you are telling me, but I couldn't actually take the required action that is needed from me. You might talk to me, and then when you go away, I'm still struggling to make sense of what you have told me and try to work out what I'm supposed to do to be able to deliver on what's on the task at hand. It got to a level I had to go. Said, sorry, I cannot continue. I must go on leave. I must go on leave to rest. For the weeks I was on leave, the first 2 weeks I was basically sleeping like a baby. I sleep from morning till evening. I sleep at night. I sleep from morning till evening for 2 solid weeks before I could get myself back again to that level where it was supposed to be. So this has a lot of health issues. It affects you as an individual. It affects your output at work. It affects your relationship with people because people see you to be quick-tempered. People see you to be forgetful. People see you to be somebody that is not able to assimilate what is he or she is being told. So lack of sleep affects all these things. Lack of sleep even has an effect on your skin. It makes you to have a lackluster skin. It brings about fine lines on your face. For some people, they tend to have dark circular patches around their eyes. Lack of sleep makes you to be forgetful. Things ordinarily you should remember to do, you remember that you forget them. And you keep wondering, I'm supposed to do something. What is that thing I'm supposed to do to deliver on this job? You might not be able to remember it. Why? Because you are depriving yourself of the sleep. And when we talk about lack of sleep, is your inability to sleep for 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. That is what we are talking about. So for good, healthy living, for you to be able to enjoy your life, to enjoy better, you need to at least endeavor to sleep between 6 to 9 hours. Optimum sleep level is 8 hours per night. You discover that it makes you less stressful. It makes you less forgetful. You are able to concentrate more. You are able to deliver more. You are able to be in better health because a lot of things balances. A lot of things are restored while you are sleeping. So please, take good care of yourself. Have a rethink on the number of hours you sleep and try as much as possible for the benefits of yourself and your health to sleep better, to sleep longer, to sleep well. There are so many things you can do to help you to sleep. For example, making sure you put off your phone, your computer, an hour before you go to sleep. Making sure you sleep in a room with a dim light. For some people, playing soothing music helps them to fall back to sleep. These and many more can help you. This is all for healthy living. Thank you.